I'm Matthew.
I'm Maggie, and we're the parents of twins in the autistic spectrum, Bill and Elspeth. We first became aware there was a problem with Bill when he was a baby. There was something not right, and he was under investigation for a while. He stopped showing an interest in sitting up, and he was screaming a lot for no apparent reason. He just wasn't interested. Time stood still. But then after about 7 months, he started showing an interest again, and the Child Development Centre said to us, it's not a case of goodbye, get on with the rest of your life. They said, we might see you again. And sure enough, we did see him again. He was eventually diagnosed when he was about 6 or 7. In the meantime, his sister Elspeth, she was late in developing as well. Went to mainstream school, unlike her brother who went to a special school. And it was a school that picked up there was something not right. We didn't pick anything up. But she was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome at 7. We'd already read up on Asperger's, and we were sort of half prepared. You have this dream when you have twins that you're going to walk them to school their first day. You're going to walk them both to school together. And they never went to school together. And that was sad. But they went to the right schools.
There's a bit of relief that you've got a name for whatever your child has. Although in Bill's case, it was pervasive developmental disorder.
That's the actual name they gave it.
Which is a sort of catch-all term for something they don't really know what the problem is. You can't see that there's something wrong with somebody with an autistic spectrum condition, can you? It's just how they are.
There's much more knowledge now than there was when they were diagnosed 20 odd years ago. It's still hard because some people don't get Asperger's autism, they just don't get it. And we have well-meaning friends who try and interpret our children's behaviour. It's just incredibly frustrating and not helpful at all, but they think they're being helpful. Elspeth had a newly qualified teacher who said Elspeth was attention-seeking, and she said in a very nice way, but she did say, is she spoilt at home? And it was only becoming clear that there was something going on, and she was about to be diagnosed with Asperger's, and it was not helpful, really, really not helpful. And she didn't know us as parents, she didn't know anything about us, and that really hurt. I can do without the questioning of our parenting skills. Even professionals who've studied this don't know what it's like until they've lived with someone in the autistic spectrum. Having said that, there are some very empathetic people around. The professionals have always said, you're good parents once they've got to know us, and it does help. Autism, Asperger's just doesn't fit with the classic disability, especially if you're dealing with someone like social services. You have to really stand up for what you know. I thought it'd get easier. Our two are 24 now. We're still doing it. I always say to people, don't fight against the authorities, don't fight against social services, don't fight against the school. You need to work with them. You really need to work with them and be open with them and tell them what it's like for you. I suffered depression a few years ago, and I was really quite bad with it for a while, and my psychiatrist said it was down to bringing up our children. I had a heart attack 3 years ago. Partly my weight, but partly stress. It's quite interesting, social services seem to be paying more attention to at least my health than ever before, so they're listening to what it's like for us at home. Because they know they need to look after the parents, the carers. They need to be aware of their stresses, because if you don't have a well parent or carer, you get bigger problems. Our daughter currently has mental health issues, come and go, but they're quite bad at the moment. And the NHS are just not there for her. There is no provision for her. She has to wait. We were told at least 6 months, I don't know how many months it would have been, for her to access help. For years, we wanted her to say, I need help, and she wouldn't say, I need help. And as she is saying that, NHS are just not there. Luckily, through Matthew's work, there's private health cover, which just about covers dealing with her mental health issues, but not under the Asperger's level, it's under OCD level. In a crisis, like when I had my heart attack, NHS couldn't fault them. Absolutely brilliant. But she's always going to have mental health issues, and the NHS are not there. Our children are growing up now, but our life's not our own. Just lots of little things are going on all the time, and you just need to be on the ball all the time. We're not being brave enough to switch off our mobiles.
Bill lives independently, so he lives in a flat, but he needs a huge amount of support. Elspeth wants to live independently. Most young people of their age would have been living independently for 6 years, 8 years.
They always need support to cope in the outside world. Elspeth has a degree in computing and doesn't have any work. It's not all doom and gloom, but they are misunderstood.
I think in Bill's case, although he's living away from home, he comes home very regularly, and we give him a lot of support remotely.
We do.
And so it's
He's vulnerable.
yeah. I don't know what he'd do if we weren't there to support him under those circumstances.
We love our children to bits, and we're incredibly proud of our children and what they've achieved so far. I mean, she's got a degree, a university degree, and Bill has some mainstream qualifications in IT, but we're constantly on call for them.
I guess parents of unaffected teenagers are supporting them as they develop into adulthood, and they develop those skills, and that just seems to have been extended for a long period for us. So we've basically got a couple of 24-year-old teenagers. I think in some ways we're quite lucky because they are slightly complementary in that they have different skills and capabilities. I don't think together they make they'd be completely capable of dealing with all sorts of issues, but to a certain extent they do support each other, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. They are, in fact, as they've grown older, they seem to enjoy each other's company more and more, and they come, where one's got maybe a weakness, the other one tries to back the other one up, and that's really lovely to see. I've got a number of friends who are in the same position as us, and it's just good to meet with them and just chat about life, and you don't have to explain everything away, and we understand each other's issues, and just sharing, even though we might not have solutions, just sharing with each other does help a lot. And we have to think ahead, like, what happens when we die? Or financially, we think we've sort of got that sussed, our wills are sorted, but what happens when we die? They need other people they can trust who can support them. We do need to really be aware of that, because they will always need support.
Because of the challenges, it means when your child does achieve something, it's enormously rewarding.
Oh, absolutely.